Request. There's accept.
Yay.
She's not on there yet. Oh,
Hello.
there she is. Hello, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Easter weekend. Happy Good Friday. It is a Good Friday because I get to be here with you and Divine Femme. I love it. Yay.
I love it. You guys, if you guys are tuning in live with us, go ahead and say hello. Vanessa and I are going to keep this short and sweet today. We just wanted to dive into a little bit on what we see happening with a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs within their business and a lot of reasons why spiritual entrepreneurs fail at getting their business up and off the ground. And for me, this is a really sad thing to witness, because I know, there's so many, gifted teachers, healers, light workers, way showers. I see you. I see your YouTube channels. I see your Facebook posts. I see your Instagram videos and things like that. And it's really disheartening to see when spiritual entrepreneurs are out there with a big mission on their heart and a gift to share and a message to share, not have the support that they need on the back end of their business in order to have a sustainable, profitable, prosperous, something that really supports them. And so what I see a lot is spiritual entrepreneurs really splitting their energy between maybe a day job that they don't really love, or some other career that they're not really passionate about, or, just really, frustrated, overwhelmed, overworked, burdened by their spiritual business, which is the last thing you should have in your spiritual business. It's not to say your spiritual business is not going to challenge you. It's not to say you're not going to have hurdles. It's not to say you're not going to be up leveling, because you're going to be massively up leveling all the time. You're going to be facing your fears. You're going to be shredding old belief systems and old paradigms and old behavior patterns and all those things. You're going to get uncomfortable as fuck growing your spiritual business. However, if you want it to actually be a business and not a side hustle, then you have to also have smart business strategy. And so this is where to really get your spiritual business off the ground, you really have to have both. This is where the beauty of bringing spiritual alignment meets practical 3D strategy, merging those two things together in order for you to actually have a business instead of a side hustle. And this is why Vanessa and I are so passionate about this inside Sacred Leader Academy. That's exactly what you get. You get the energetics, you get the 4D mindset, you get, manifestation, you get the accountability even, but you also get smart 3D business strategies that are going to support your business. And this is about really balancing that feminine, more intuitive, energetic flow aspect of your business, the one that is all about alignment and coming into, allowing and receiving and all of these things, and allowing your gift to channel through you in a way to create something that's divinely guided and magnetic. But at the same time, you guys, you have to have structure. You have to have systems in place, and you have to run it like a business. And one of the things that sort of makes me laugh, and I don't know if Vanessa wants to chime in on, sometimes we'll get comments when we actually treat our business like a business. We'll actually see comments from people that say, you obviously have a different opinion about what spiritual means compared to us. You know what I mean? Compared to what we're doing. So for example, this makes me laugh. It's so fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, we'll be sending, like networking on a social networking site and responding to prospects and things like that. And someone will point blank say that running a business is not spiritual.
My heart. I just died a little bit inside.
Running a business is not spiritual, or marketing is not spiritual, or having a practice or a platform in place is not spiritual. It's like, listen, if you're called to have your message and gift flow through you as a spiritual entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship is the vehicle in which your soul chose to help you shine your light, share your message, and lead others in this 3D reality, then it is totally not, it is not everything spiritual, to be honest. So the fact that question doesn't even make sense. It's like, if she were truly quote unquote tapped in, she would know that everything is spirituality, including the 3D, including the money, the success, and the accolades. You can't separate the two. Everything comes from source energy. Everything that we're creating comes from source energy. But if you're really being called to create through the vehicle of entrepreneurship, then it would really be beneficial for you to, at this point in your journey, if you're resonating with this, to really buckle down and treat it like a business. Treat it like a full-blown, treat it like you're an entrepreneur, and treat it like a business. And that means putting things into place and stuff like that, despite what other people say. People will say you're not spiritual because you're growing a business. People will say you're not spiritual because you're making money. People will say you're not spiritual for all sorts of things. And I can also see how this has held back a lot of our previous clients. But you know what? You're either called to this or you're not. And if you are called to this, it's time to treat your business like a business.
Oh, girl, that's so good. You know what's coming up for me? So first of all, this is so fun. Like even our title, like when spiritual alignment meets 3D strategy. I think it's so fun because first you have to do the work, you know, to know what alignment feels like. Like do that inner work to know what alignment, what your hell yes, what your alignment feels like, and then trust. I love this part. Trust that to move forward in it, despite what other business techniques or technicalities or other business techniques are saying. That's I think the difference is it's literally blind faith. We talk about this all the time, but there's something so powerful when you can master that, which is again why I love SLA, such a different powerful take on business. It's in my opinion, like helping raise business in a higher level. Like I see these bursts of colors coming out in the world. Like guys, like think about this for a second. What would the world look like if we were so free and so accepting of each other to literally live our gifts, live our visions? If you're called to this, you know, so freely that like there's opportunities popping up that we can't even think of yet, but they're here for us to experience and have source come through. So this is a whole another talk too, but like what I think is so fun is how the world is shifting. I'll take from me, my grandpa, you know, he started his own business. It was a very brick and mortar. I'm so proud. Shout out to my cousins. They're still running it, you know, and it's such a different way of doing things back in that time, back in that day, where like now with all the world that is changing, people are leaning into their gifts more. They're leaning into more flow, that feminine energy. And there's a different level of business, which gets me excited because if we can have this world run with business, with spiritual entrepreneurs and that high integrity and that heart-centered way of being and living that we love so much and we share in Sacred Leader Academy, what kind of world would this be? Like for our children, I don't even have kids yet, but like what kind of world would that be for our kids if we could literally accept, own, and love that there's a different way of doing business, and that's incredible. This whole spiritual awakening thing, it's actually the norm. Like Sarah said, everything's spiritual. Who said business done the old way is like the right way? Who says anything is right or wrong or like this is the right? If you get called to share your gifts and create a program and live your message, if you get called to do that, that's incredible. It came to you. You know, like I have no desire to be a dentist. That's cool. That wasn't meant for me. But if you get called to freaking do this work, if you get called to have this message just like bursting from your heart, it's like your duty to not only do it, have so much fun with it, accept so much abundance from it, because in that acceptance, there's so much power and there's so much creativity that is going to be expressed, not just for you, but all the people that you touch in your business, in your life. So I like this whole, like, I hate the word woo-woo. Like I hate that word too. Like it's everything spiritual. And however you take that is not even my business, but just what can we do? How can we come together to encourage this rising industry of spiritual entrepreneurs that are good people, you know, and creating good energy around this, around their gifts, around their programs, and serving the world in such a great way, and receiving the abundance, receiving the accolades. Like if that's what's important to you, it doesn't even matter. But this whole point of you tap into yourself, you get a calling, you get spiritually aligned to do something in your business, you take action and you trust. That's your part. Everything else that comes with that, like Source knows the way it's going to impact people. Source knows that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's so fun and simple, our part, but we make it so difficult. We make it so difficult and so challenging. And it's just, I'm done. Like I'm done with that bull crap. Bull crap. What meant like second grade? Bullshit. Bullshit.
The thing I wanted to touch on too about alignment is alignment's always going to precede the strategy, right? So if you're at a point in your business where you're trying to figure out the strategy in order for you to get from A to Z in your business, the first part is coming into crystal clear alignment. Alignment is going to trump strategy. Alignment is going to trump algorithms. Alignment is going to trump everything. But also, you are going to be called to do the strategies that align with you. And not every strategy is going to align with you. Not every strategy is going to yield the same kind of results. And not every strategy is going to be the same kind of, process. So for example, if you're not, and I'm going to break this down into practical terms real quick. If you're trying to grow a spiritual business online, and let's say everybody's doing reels out there all of a sudden, right? And that's not your thing. Guess what? That's not an aligned strategy for you. It's a good 3D business strategy for someone else. It's going to help them go to 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond and all of those things. But it's not a good strategy for you because you didn't come into alignment first and you're just trying to duplicate something that you see working for somebody else. So this is about coming into spiritual alignment. And so inside Sacred Leader Academy, we have different lead generating strategies, but they're all focused on who we are here to help a certain kind of entrepreneur. And this entrepreneur, the spiritual business entrepreneur, wants to create a freedom-based lifestyle, wants to stay in her creative, divine, feminine flow, wants to be able to be her fullest authentic expression, wants to potentially not be dependent on social media whatsoever to grow her business. You can use it or you cannot use it, or you can use it in ways that are streamlined and leveraged. It's up to you, but there's going to be a different strategy for you. The one thing that's constant that we teach, and if you didn't resonate with this, then you're not going to resonate with us, is we also teach an authority conversion pathway. And that means really stepping up into your most authentic expression, you guys, because we know the ideal soulmate client for us are the ones that are being called to stand in their truth and share their message and step into their fullest authentic expression. Stop hiding, stop perfecting, stop comparing, and stop all of those things so you can fully shine in your light as a channel, as a vehicle of divine expression coming through you in your fullest expression. So this is why we teach an authority conversion pathway, which is either going to resonate with you or not. So when you're out there seeking a business coach, let's say, you want to make sure that you're working with someone that you're in alignment with. And we want to be completely transparent on who we're here to work with and what we bring to the table and what we help you transform and do behind the scenes with us. So that way, you know whether or not it's an alignment for you. Because at the end of the day, it has to be alignment before you implement the strategies. And this is not to say that, and there's no one shoe fits all, but there's no, as far as strategy goes. So we're not even going to talk anymore about that because alignment is such a bigger piece of the puzzle. You literally will call in the strategies. Like when Vanessa and I joined forces, we knew we had our core values, and the strategies that we called in and implemented are a direct result of our core values that we feel aligned with. Does that make sense? Like if we didn't, our posting strategy, although some of it, what you'll see us post or reels or this or that, but our business strategy, our 3D strategy is not becoming the Instagram reel queen, because that's just not what our business strategy is, even though we like them and we can do them and Vanessa's amazing at them and all that stuff. When it came time to doing the business strategy, that's not what it's built on, because it's not an alignment. And if you're going to quote unquote work every day, which it shouldn't feel like work, you guys, if you're showing up every day in a way that doesn't feel authentic to you and aligned with you, you're going to burn yourself out and be overwhelmed. Why? Because you're not tapped into your divine feminine creative flow, allowing the strategies and the nudges and the ideas to flow to you, which then you can then take action on. Those will feel easy in alignment, and they will also be in alignment with your end goal. And if your end goal is freedom, then you're in the right place, because everything will lead up to that we help you implement. Does that make sense?
And it does. And I want to throw this out real quickly because I can feel this. How many of you are strong enough, and check yourself right now, doing, like, let's go back to the reels for a second. Something like doing the reels may feel fun, may be the instant gratification for you, but can you be real enough? Can you be real enough to that was so cute. Can you be real enough to check yourself and know, if it's not smart long-term for your business. And why I'm saying this is I think a lot of especially newer entrepreneurs, and I for sure did this, we got to check ourselves and hold ourselves accountable. Especially when you get more tapped in, we work with spiritual entrepreneurs. So you freaking know when something's off or not working, but can you be strong enough to know when it's time to pivot and switch for your business instead of getting high from that quick little instant gratification? Does that make sense? And I think when you can do that, like everything can change, but it's not goodbye to that thing that makes you happy, but it's pivoting a little bit because you are a business woman. Like business takes doing the do. Business takes action. And when you do it aligned, it's absolutely hella more fun. The energy is just lighter and brighter, which is incredible. But also I wanted to throw that in there. Can we step up in our own selves to know when it's not working, it's time to switch and pivot because it's not aligned with that end vision, right? Did that all come across correct?
With the end vision, yeah, with your end vision or with your core values, if you can continue to work strategies in your business right now that are not in alignment, it will bring you full circle to frustration, overwhelm, burnout, and lack of success that you're looking for. You won't achieve it.
No, and I want, I'm calling this, you guys, the opposite. Like the people we work with and us too, like you can have the flow, the fun, the abundance, the freedom. Imagine this, like Sarah, and I'll own this, like coming on to SLA and Divine Femme when we created this, it was Sarah's vision. Like she's like, I take off the last week of the month to go be by myself and recharge. I was like, oh yeah, I love that. I'm going to do that too. Like it wasn't even a thought, but like we took that on and I love that. I forget where I was going with that, but it's important to have those values. I know it was so good. It was so good.
No, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, so this is so fun because there's something, and part of my message is reminding you that you can have it all, and Sarah's too. You can have it all. The abundance, the flow, the freedom. You can wake up every day and be so freaking alive and everything's set up and you're whatever you decide, right? You can have that all. You can have that all. So why haven't you allowed yourself to have that yet? If you are still stuck in the efforting and you feel it and you know it, how is that still serving you? It's serving you in a way still, right? Or you'd pivot, you'd switch that. So I wanted to throw that in because that is the vision. It is not only fun to remember that we all can have it all, but like the fun, the flow, the expansion of business, that is here for us if you desire that. And real talk, some people, we talked to a couple people that they're not interested in making freedom. They just want to make a little bit extra with their business. Cool. That's cool. Like it's up to you. What are you aligned with? But I'm just saying, don't let the world tell you can't have it all. Don't let the fear, don't let people that are doing business this way tell you can't have it all, because you can, right? And it has to start with you feeling aligned and then willing that to be, because you can do that. You have the power to do that. Willing that to be. I love that so much. And even like pausing for a second, taking that power in, like we're so quick, like, oh my gosh, I've got to do, what am I doing? But like really like take that in, willing that to be. What would your life look like if your business was in flow? You're happier, so your kids are happier, your partner's happier, the people you interact with at the store are happier because you are your magnetism, you're a magnetic, oozing, amazing light. Do we see how it's not having a successful business, following your dreams? It's not just about you. Yes, you can have the freedom lifestyle. Great, cool. Go to Peru. I don't know. That sounds so fun. I want to go there. But it's more than just you. Like it ripple effects to everyone. So it's almost like if you have this calling, it's a duty. You have to do it and see it through, commit, and expect it to come to pass. Even when it's dark around you, you have to. You just have to.
So good. And I want to make sure we let everybody know, like, to bring this full circle, with the idea of smart strategy, practical strategy, also at play here with this alignment piece, is we want to make sure that you're being able to implement both of these in your business. So if any of this resonated with you guys and you're feeling a call, like Vanessa said, this is your duty to step up into your calling. You have to commit. You have to be able to take those steps, take a leap of faith, move forward. You have to get out of your old paradigm, your old belief systems, your old patterns. If this has been a side hustle for you for too long and you're ready to get started today, then we have something really special for you. And the first step is watching our ABC Masterclass, which as far as 3D practical smart business strategy goes, the ABC framework that we work with is something that literally every business needs, you guys, every single business. Your business is not an exception here. The sooner you come to terms with this and you start to implement these practical strategies, which start with alignment, which is part of the A pillar of the ABC framework and the foundation of the ABC framework, but necessary. And there's also strategy involved in there too. The sooner you come to terms that your business needs this kind of framework, just like every business on planet Earth needs this framework, then the sooner you can start implementing it in the most aligned way to allow for a profitable, sustainable, aligned, and magnetic business, because that's at the end of the day what we're helping you create. Because everything that you build from alignment will be magnetic. Not only your presence online when you come from your most authentic expression, which is what's going to call in your soulmate clients, you guys, but everything that you build from alignment, your messaging, when it comes from alignment, that's what's going to be magnetic to you guys, to your followers. And when you build your program from alignment, that's how you make sure it's an irresistible magnetic match to your soulmate clients that can't wait to work with you. And so when you're taking these 3 pillars, this ABC framework that Vanessa and I have, and you're mixing it with the spiritual alignment piece, which is everything, the foundation, what you're going to come up with is an aligned, profitable, sustainable, and magnetic program that is an exact fit for not only your lifestyle goals, because if it wasn't a fit for your lifestyle goals, guess what? It's not in alignment. It's not in alignment for you. And if it's not in alignment for you, it's not going to work in the long run. So it's going to be the exact piece that is in alignment, not only for your lifestyle goals, but it's also going to be the most irresistible magnetic thing for your soulmate clients. And if you build it any other way, trying to figure it out from the outside in, or trying to throw things at the wall to see what sticks with no real strategy of things that have already proven to work in every business across the world, and you're not implementing smart business strategies and mixing it with your divine guidance and your intuition and your flow and your creative expression and your authenticity, what you're going to be creating is going to feel like an uphill battle and feel like work and feel like you have been pigeonholing yourself or compartmentalizing yourself in different places, and it will all come full circle and bite you in the ass eventually. It's just a matter of whether you want to build something from scratch from the get-go that is truly in alignment, that is going to be something you can grow and scale with, or not. And we've made it so accessible for you guys, so accessible. It's so exciting, so accessible. We've done something. If you want to check out the live stream right before this live stream on our Instagram, go ahead and check that out because we have a big announcement in that. But if you want to learn more about this simple framework that we're talking about, the next step is to reach out to us. If you want the link wherever you're listening to this, if it's on the podcast, you're going to be able to find it in the show notes, or if it's somewhere else on social media, it's in the caption right now. You're going to want to check out the Discover the ABCs to 5-Figure Sales free masterclass, which is literally, you guys, it's a 2-hour deep dive training, you guys. So grab your journal, get cozy, and be prepared to take notes. And then all of the options to work with us inside Sacred Leader Academy are also available to you after you watch the masterclass.
Yeah. And you know what, real quickly, this is so good. Like, the first thing you should do is go watch that now. It's absolutely incredible. But let me ask you one more question, you guys, and feel with me. I hope I get this across correctly. Why I love this spiritual entrepreneurship and this work, and especially you resonating with us in that field, is because I see, and I've been noticing, like, kind of two worlds, right? There's a 3D world where business is hard, competitive. It's like that running out because Joe Schmo got to this business, so now it's like that cutting of the pie. There's not enough, right? That kind of energy, that kind of fear-based. And then there's this whole other world where I can't even describe it. You know, when you know, you guys, we are connected to omnipresent, infinite, unlimited resources. Like, that's who we are. It's right. It's in fucking side of us. So here's this other business, right, where there's unlimited versions and opportunities because no one's fucking you. You are the business. So you get what I'm saying? That is so fun to think about. And so while it can seem like there's only one business in this 3D world where there's competition and fear and time is running out because 3 more businesses like it, they got to it, and there's not room for me now, kind of thing. And then there's this new business that has always been here, but you, goddess leader, are tapping in and working with me, and Sarah, you're part of this because you resonate with this. You are literally creating a new form of business where there's endless opportunities, because what you are and what you come from, there's creativity. You can never lose the creativity. It's infinite. It's unlimited. That's so fucking fun, right? So get excited about that. Lean into that side. Even, and again, this is the work. Even when it seems like there's only one business in this 3D world, there's not. There's this new business over here that's always been. And within that, there's unlimitedness of what you can create, what you can be. We never run out because there's infinite abundance. Does that make sense? Like that, I had to get that out because that is so exciting to be part of. Like now is literally the time, and it's very, very cool. So next step, you guys, I'm so happy to have you watch this masterclass that you can run with. Epic stuff that you could literally take for your business now. Or you can absolutely, we've made it so accessible. I am so excited to see you on the inside, dive into this academy, this full-blown curriculum academy, and literally shift your life today. And I feel it. So welcome in. Yes. We'll see you guys soon.
See you next week, you guys. Namaste.
Bye, guys.
Bye.